How y'all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. We got a lot of board games to go through. So we got Monopoly. We have a deluxe edition, which is very different, and this is the best Monopoly to pick up if you can get it at a good price. And then we have Dixit, which I did a few videos ago, and I already sold the parts out of it, and we'll talk a bit about parts and whole games and see where we're going with that. So let's start with our basic Monopoly. All right, so here we are with Monopoly. Why do I keep buying Monopolies? Well, because I keep selling Monopolies. So while filming the last video of Monopolies, I sold, try not to dox these people, but I sold 2 things of Monopolies. So that's why. As you list stuff, it seems that you sell more stuff within that category. So if you have a lot of something, you're actually better off adding to your pile. That's what it seems like, anyways. And if I'm just changing listings, I'm not really doing a lot. So, no point will we ever sell a modern Monopoly in the box. It will never move. So this is the modern version, which has the different money, the speed die, and it should have either the cat or the money bag for tokens. We're dealing with nothing here other than the money and the tokens. Got the money stuck here. So that's the bold border, that money. Board's in okay shape, but it's a jumbled mess. Bear with me. Got all that money bundled together. Honestly, this doesn't even look like it was ever played. The bottom money is perfectly lined up. I think somebody picked this up, passed it along, somebody else picked it up and passed it along, and here I am. So we have hotels and houses that we'll add to our hoard. And this is the 8-piece version. It looks like we have the cat. So we have the 8 pieces. This is after they discontinued the gun and the horse, I believe. So I have running listings for all of these. Right now the 10 piece is going. I only make $2 off of it, but the $2 pays for every single Monopoly I pick up. So works for me. And then I'm going to reshoot my hotels houses listing to really show how many hotels and houses you're getting, because I have 9 running listings of those, and I want to start moving them. It's literally a gallon of hotels and houses at this point, so if I can move some along, that'd be stupendous. So we got 2 and we got 4 that we're gonna get out of that. So whatever, I paid I think $1.50 for that one, something like that. But yeah, I'll shoot the hotels houses bundle and then we'll move on to the next one. In my listings, I got another money I added. And I just re-photoed my hotels houses, and people are starting to look at the listing. Nobody had before. Now that I've increased the amount, I got 5 views and 2 watchers on it. So at some point, I'm going to a tipping point where this starts actually selling, and in that case, I have a lot of these. I've never thrown them out, but just so people can visually see, like, oh, that's, more than double the hotels and houses that you normally get. And the 8 tokens I actually put aside. I think I'll go through my tokens today and just make a bunch of listings that are the same. And then that's what I'm selling anyways. That way it's one listing that gets all the views. And just inventory-wise, it's just easier to do it that way. All right, let's look at the Deluxe Monopoly. All right, so we got Deluxe Monopoly here. I paid $3 for this one. I usually only buy Monopolies under 3. Deluxe, however, is completely different. And the reason we grab it is it has a double stack of money. Deluxe money, it's different. Gold tokens, which sell for more and are, tend to move better. And it has a spinner, which is its own item. So it's worth doing that. I haven't looked at if these are selling. Yeah, there's different years of them. So this one has the gold money bag here. And oh, and this also has wooden hotels and houses too. So one of the money packs is still sealed. That's interesting. One of them open and a mess, of course. The board's different, but not so much. Oh, good thing I opened that, huh? Usually I just pitch these, but there's money in it. Not real money. That'd be cool. I did find a GameCube game in one of these not long ago. That was kind of weird. I don't think it was worth anything. I think it was actually ruined. But, yeah, I'll sort this out real quick. All right, so we are missing the spinner. I just want to point out, people get mad at resellers for buying stuff. Of the 5 board games I've done today, none of them were complete. So don't get mad when people take a risk buying things that you might have bought to find out you couldn't even play it. So you don't need the spinner to play the game, but it helps. But we do have a double stack of money that comes with deluxe. It's different money. It's hard to see, but this one is like lavender color. And it says deluxe. And all the money has slightly different color scheme to it. So up my listing on that. I actually sold all my hotels and houses, the wooden ones, so I made a new listing on that. So where are we at? That. And then here is this series of gold. So this is the 11 piece because it has the money bag. Other versions of deluxe have a train. So I sold all my gold money bags, so I'm going to do another listing of that, and that's going to be there. So we're into profit, and let's look at Dixit. We got Dixit, which I did not long ago. And again, we buy board games that are collectible, board games that are playable, and parts for these too. We typically dig into parts here. This game has been around a bit. That's the maker, Leaboo or something. I think it's Asmodee as well. Asmodee Games. They do a lot of quasi-indie stuff. So I listed this because I got one that was not complete. And I wanted to list it as the game, but I couldn't. And there were no parts for sale. So I said, I'm going to list it at this price that is reasonable. And we're going to see what happens. What happened is I sold those parts within, I think, 6 hours. So I bought this today with the expectation I'm going to part it out because it's going to move faster than the game. Also, the box is broken. Let's see what we got in here. The board. The big card. You have chips. I've never played this. It's like a guessing game, basically. You're guessing based on these pictures. It's like a dream or something, and an interpretation of such. But we have cards, and we have these chips, and then we have these meeples, I think they're called. 6 rabbits. So there's supposed to be an hourglass here. That's gone. Again, I'm buying stuff that it's not complete. There we go. That's why we checked inside the box there. Give a quick count, make sure this is all complete here. Well, this sucks. So I am missing one of these voting chips and one of the 84 cards on this set. So what are we going to do with this? I could keep them around. So here's Dixit. 578 of these for sale. And 180 sold. Great sell through. Why don't we put parts in and see what happens? See what else is out there. Because I was originally the only guy that had parts. Because these are all just complete games, even though I put parts in. So it's likely the listing says like all the parts. That's just confusing the search function. So here's the set I sold. So I had all 6 of those. I had all the chips and I had all the cards. And I sold it for $15. Free shipping. Oh, okay, so some people are selling just these. That's interesting. So, I mean, the thing is, if you played it with 5 people, it wouldn't matter. You just wouldn't use that rabbit. So I think I'm going to list it as parts again. Leave the board out. I think missing the 1 card doesn't actually matter. It just is 1 less card you can use through the game. And I will list it for 12. That'll be pretty competitive. Not what I wanted necessarily, but gotta do what we gotta do. So almost doubled up. It would have been better if I had my spinner out of deluxe. And it would be better once I sort out my tokens. I'll have a bit more stuff to work with, but whatever. Not too bad for the second part of this day. So if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank y'all for watching, and see you next time.